What's going on? It's your Inside Connect. This Rock Child's finest. All over the place. Flex, WXIR, we're all over the place right now. We have my man David Reese, comedian, stand-up. Also,
That's right.
Also got some product out there now.
Man, it's a lot going on in the world right now. There's always something to talk about every day.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. No doubt. So what's going on, man? What's on your mind right now? Because I know you always have something on your mind.
Bruh, right now, you know I'm a barber, right? So this is what happened after. So we was closed. I mean, I told the story before about being closed, but they closed us down. They made us close again right after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Right? The month of December. Can you imagine somebody coming to you and telling you that you can't make no money from the holidays? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people affected with that, man. It's
a lot of hairstylists, a lot of man. They got you go around town. They got hairstylists and bars. They got tape and stuff up to their windows so you can't see that they up in there. It's like they're selling drugs up in there now, and I don't like that. It's not a good look. I'm a legitimate business person, and I don't think it's a good look for people to come by and see paper bags up to my windows and all that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So boom. So they make you close down. Never. And then the other part about it is they never talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So never like, okay, this we going to. So the thing was, you would think on the government level they would say, okay, we're gonna get you to close down, and then this is the plan, right? But no, they just tell you close down, and then don't tell you what the plan is. So now you got to sit out here and wait to hear what you're gonna do, because I'd rather be honest with you. I'd rather cut hair. I love to cut hair. I don't want to rely on nobody for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that to me, I feel sorry for, shout out to all people who's in the hair business, the tattoo business, the restaurant business. They doing us all dirty right now. Well, it's not, and I get it because it's COVID. It's not necessarily, COVID started all this. You know what I'm saying? But then you got the people out here who keep playing games with COVID. They don't want to respect it. They don't want to wear the mask. And it's like, so COVID just keep growing like a big monster. And now it's touching me and people in my business. And then, I could go on all day about it. It's just so unfair right now. And to sit back and not talk about it, and the government not, the state government, the federal government, don't even get me started. Because Donald Trump, he's out there, swinging golf clubs while all this is going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's terrible. And I hate to say it, publicly, but there's been some terrible presidents throughout my history, my whole lifetime that I've been living. I've been living around a long time. But this dude, he's absolutely the worst.
Oh yeah, I mean, we knew that before he even got the position.
He's the worst. Out there swinging golf clubs and all that. I swear, I'm not gonna say I wish nothing bad on him. But personally, if I could just run up on him one day and smack him with old school with the pie in the face, remember they used to hit you with the pie in the face?
Yeah, no doubt. But what's crazy is
somebody could just do that.
What's crazy though, it's like did they actually give you instructions on how to do your business?
No, but what they do is they you in the city of Rochester, you're required to have a business. You have a business permit. You know what I'm saying? So that's to have that means that you legitimate. That legitimize your business. And even the city of Rochester, they're not doing nothing about it either. But I don't think they're doing nothing about it either way. I don't think they're enforcing it. Go ahead.
Far as the regulations though, how do they manage your regulations like that?
Because that's the question.
I ask because my business, it's not out there. I don't have people walking in and out the door every day. You know what I'm saying? So when they put regulations on businesses that has, customers coming in and out and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? How do they hit you with the regulations for that?
Bruh, I'm telling you, we get all our information right now from the TV. That's it. And the radio.
Right. They don't even manage it.
They don't send you nothing. Nobody come talk to you. This is what we're gonna do. And the last time they did this, they literally only gave us 3 days notice.
Yeah, that's what's crazy, because it's like, how can you manage something without managing it? You know what I'm saying? That's how things are really kind of screwed up. You know what I'm saying?
It's worse than we think, and I still believe that is more to it than what they telling us, because it's like it's not like they're coming to us giving us good information so we could prepare because of a situation like this, you think people would prepare, you at least have time to prepare for this, but they're not even giving you time to do that right now. It's crazy.
Right. Speaking on this, with the COVID, how it's affected different people. I'm thinking right now about celebrities and stuff like that. I see recently in the news they were talking about Trey Songz just had a party with like 500 people, and the place that he had the party at, the venue, got fined because of all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you first think about it like, why are you having a party with 500 people? Why?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But then thinking about it, look at it, it's like they're not touring no more. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff being cut back.
Oh yeah.
Money. That's what that is to me.
That's what it is. Yeah, we're gonna find. And be honest with you, I was interested to find out. I'm very interested to find out who's gonna be around after this is over.
Right.
Because before this, it was all floss music. They was making whole songs about 250,000 a show and da 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 da. Like, we gonna see where y'all at with it now. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them turn into Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, and what's the one where you get the video, the OnlyFans.
Yeah,
they got the big time female artists on the OnlyFans. That's where they had to resort to that, and some of the dudes too. I hear Safari, out there with the OnlyFans.
Yeah, but then there's also different things taking off. Like there's a rap chat. You know how they have Snapchat? There's a rap chat where people are like connecting with producers and stuff, people making beats, making music, and then other people, performing on them. It's crazy. It's called Rap Chat. And
I never heard of that.
It's so much different stuff, man. I even seen a video app where you can make a music video. You can record yourself on your phone and chop it up, and they'll blend that stuff together, man.
Oh, wow.
So this is taking off.
Ingenuity, what they say, I forgot what it says, the mother of necessity. I forget how the term go, but times like this always, it always press people to try to do something different.
Right. Right. And it brings me back to even like the Trey Songz thing. It's like a lot of people, and you hear it from like older celebrities, it's like even sports. You know what I'm saying? Even people in sports, football players, all that stuff. It's like your career is not going to last forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the best thing to do is invest in some type of business, because when you're done singing or rapping, what you going to do next?
Nah, you're right. I'm trying to think about stuff too, because of people buying stuff more than ever. And I was trying to figure out what I could do too, like what product can I sell to the masses of people, because right now people buying more stuff online than ever, and if you have a presence online, people want to find a way, want to support you in a different way. Sometimes they'll buy your product. Right. They'll do that before they send you some money. They will sooner buy your product.
Yeah, and that's why it's like, when I opened up the new studio, it was basically for training and development, train you how to broadcast, train you how to, record, how to do videos. And now I have to resort online. You know what I'm saying? So go in and check them tutorials and all that stuff. iMedia is in effect, and it's gonna always be in effect.
Yeah, they gotta check that out, man. Me, I think I'm gonna do the OnlyFans.
Hey.
No, but more realistic though, they got. I'm sure people don't. Hey, I don't know. There might be some people out there want to see me shake it, but I'm just saying. But they got the Twitch.
I don't want to see that.
but they got the Twitch. They say people using Twitch. That's the website that people go to when they broadcasting online. You could do a whole show on Twitch. I heard that people are having a lot of success with that platform. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah, it's so many things people are doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is you have to keep up with the time. Just like if you're in comedy, like I watched Martin Lawrence. I watched his last stand-up. It's like Martin Lawrence doing stand-up, and I'm watching them, and it's like you can't keep doing the stuff you were doing back then.
Facts.
You have to change with the time. You have to present what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of disappointed. I was like, "Oh, come on, Marty, Ma."
That's what they say about Kevin Hart Netflix special.
Yeah,
he came out doing the same thing, and people was kind of like, "It was alright." It wasn't like
the thing about Kevin Hart, the one he did in his house. I mean, it was okay. I wouldn't say it's like, oh, it was hilarious. It was okay. The thing that made me mad about Kevin Hart was when he came to Rochester at the auditorium, and I went to see. Right, he did the same thing he did on Saturday Night Live the week before. I was like, oh, the whole thing. It was like, wow, it's nothing new. You just on TV in front of the world, and then you're touring with the same exact show.
So Kevin Hart, he's funny, right? But his show is very scripted.
Yeah, it's
very scripted, like a Tyler Perry play. When I went to see him live, I thought it was very scripted. I thought it was very funny, but very scripted. Very scripted.
And you mentioned Tyler Perry. Why did you have to go there?
Oh man.
I mean, it's sometimes when you have to say, okay, let me try something different. If you look, you see sisters, you see bros, you see all this. Every single movie right now is exactly the same, and most of them have the same characters. It's like, how can you keep making the same movie over and over?
Yeah, well, he make a living off of, putting black men in a bad light. I hate to say it.
But it's the same over and over with different people, and sometimes the same people, man. If you watch all that stuff on BET, which I can understand, because right now, I actually attended a conference. It had like CEOs from BET, it had people from record companies, it had all that stuff, and they were basically talking about how they get their material. So basically, when you submit your stuff to these networks, they look for stuff that's completed and done. Yeah. So it's very rare that you can come up with something that you started and they connect you with producers and stuff. Like, if they think it's good like that, they'll give you directors and producers to work with, but they're looking for stuff that's completely done. You know what I'm saying? And since this COVID, you look at the No Limit thing with Master P, you look at the Rough Rider, you look at all that stuff they put out. That's the stuff that's submitted and they never put out because it wasn't ready, or they didn't think it was worthy. But now with COVID, they're just playing everything. So that's
why I think right now is the best time. If you got some stuff that's sitting on the shelf, if you got some stuff that you did 2-3 years ago and it's submitted, find a place to submit it. You never know what they're gonna take these days. They got so many media platforms now. They got the Roku, they got so many, like Pluto, and I'm sure they get, but they can only show the stuff for so long. Right. And every one of these platforms got the thing where it says new, or the just came out, or they have to rotate, and they got to put some new stuff in there, because once you've seen everything, it's over. Even Netflix has to do that. Once in the ran, for a certain amount of time, everybody that saw it, it's just sitting there on the shelf. Right. They got to throw something new up there.
And right now, when it's hard to produce stuff, you're not getting everybody produce stuff right now because of the COVID. So it's like they're playing stuff that they have in the vault. And right now, I'm telling you, if people don't believe me right now, you have some good ones. I know a lot of videographers. I know a lot of producers. I know a lot of directors. Get your stuff out there. Don't sit on it. Right now is the time. Right now is the time.
I agree. I totally agree with that. There's no better time than now. And black people run TV. See the thing about it right now. One of the things we saw when television, when COVID, when everybody had that official shutdown, right? Then when nobody knew what to do, television had got so weird. And late night television specifically, Saturday Night Live on the show, they didn't know what to do, right? Right. So guess what? Right. So guess what they started doing? They started doing what we're doing right now.
Everybody's doing that now.
What we've been doing forever.
Look at like Trevor with the daily social distancing show. He just took it to another level, and you know what I'm saying? Just something else,
Right. They got big budgets, millions of dollars they spend on an episode. They had to break that down to what we do.
Right. Look at all the shows, like daytime TV is just like what we're doing right now.
So the other thing about it was, then they started going to where they just had the star of the show. So like a Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, right? So it was the Roots was gone. They didn't have the Roots. Nobody. It was just them. you could just hear you can hear the silence. You can hear the silence. It was just dead. They stories, they jokes was falling flat, and then they started one by little, bringing back the flavor. Which is us. We got the flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Flavor. We was doing this before the COVID. We was doing it like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How to find the right programs we wanted to use, and I think we got it right now, though. You know what I'm saying? Got it right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's got to be colorful. This world got to be colorful, but we provide the color. It's just in our nature, and it's what it is. Yeah. So I like how they brought it back, and some of these shows they still trying to stick to their old scripted thing, but they'll fall off after a while. That's just a natural order thing.
It's so long where you could keep doing the same thing and it works.
Yeah, I agree.
So long you can go.
Like who I can't stand, and I know it's not popular opinion. I can't stand Ellen.
I haven't seen Ellen since they took her off for a minute. And then, what I'm saying? Eventually got back on. I haven't seen it since she took off. And I didn't see it that much then, you know what I'm saying?
She's the white Kevin Hart. She really is.
I thought she's the white Oprah, giving away all that money.
No, well, that's one thing. But she's very scripted. You don't see her go off script ever. You know what I'm saying? Never ever. And then they got the grown man on her show, right? But to me, this is the old part of it, right? So they got the dude who the DJ on her show, right? And he be at any given moment, he's a grown man. And then, but they be having him pop locking and moonwalking, and at the drop of a dime. And I be like, come on, bro, is we still doing this?
Right, you still that puppet, you still playing puppet.
Right. So I don't care for Ellen's show. Nothing is, she's talented and more power to her. I'm sure she's big as, like you said, she's big as Oprah. But I don't like her format. I don't think it's flattering. And my man, I actually feel bad for him. It's only a matter of time for he be sitting on her lap and she gonna have her hand on his back and acting like he talking for her, like a puppet, like you said.
I can remember she hired somebody out the crowd one time, and he was in the crowd. He was there just viewing, and something happened to where they asked people to help out with something. He got up there and he was funny, and she hired him right there on the spot. I gotta follow up to see what he's doing right
Where
now.
Where he at now?
I haven't seen him. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta follow up on that. I'm gonna follow up on that.
Is a brother?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She hired him right there on the spot. I gotta check. I don't watch Ellen like that. So
okay, well, big up for that, Ellen. Big up for that. I can respect that.
I know you brought up to me. You know what I'm saying? This was on the side though. You asked me about Busta Rhymes, right? That Busta Bust news joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You said it's fire, right?
It is.
I listened to a few joints and he got some stuff on there. You know what I'm saying? He got some stuff on there, and he's doing a little something than he normally does. He's usually just rah, that fun, jumping and all that. But he's also talking about like some real stuff, Black Lives Matter, stuff like that. Like he's bringing up little stuff like that. But it goes back. It brings me into where, okay, you're an artist, you're a celebrity, right?
Okay.
And you get it. He was on Trevor's daily social distancing show, right?
Okay.
So I'm on there to interview, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of, okay, you're on a celebrity level right now, right? So you want to make sure what you do is on point, So okay. I was sitting there and I was watching the interview, right? And I'm gonna show you some of it too, though.
Okay.
But you're on Trevor's social distancing show. This is worldwide. And they're doing it like we're doing with the video, the conferencing, and it's choppy. Trevor's stuff is crispy clear. His is just choppy. And it's like, all I'm thinking in my head is he need to turn off his Wi-Fi. He need to. That's all I'm thinking. Yeah, right. I'm thinking in my head like, oh no, bust. So Trevor asked him. He said, okay, you're like one of my favorite rappers of all time. Why did it take 11 years to come out with an album?
Hey, Busta get that paper on the road. People pay big money to see Busta. But go ahead.
Check this out. I'm going to show it to you. But just the reaction is like...
he didn't know what to say?
Get your stuff into the right hands. You know, it's like
Okay.
if it took you 11 years to come out with the album, you should have so much soaked in that you can answer any question. You can bust that out.
Okay. He wasn't ready for that question.
and he went around the world. You know, around the world. But then when Trevor busted down and started asking about the music, like, oh, I listened to the song, and you had Michael Jackson's vocals separated from the rest of the Jacksons. And how did you do it? He was in it. He was on it. So when you're talking about music, he's on it. Okay. You're asking the business, or it wasn't even a business question. It was just a why question.
He hit him with
stumbling.
He wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready for that. I thought he was going to be like, yo, you know, things happen. I mean, we all know what happened.
11 years is a long time. 11 years is a long time.
But we all know what happened. You know, stuck in them contracts, stuff wasn't getting released. You get, you know, you get contracts, you get stuck, and people didn't feel it was ready, so it didn't come out. We know what happened.
You're right. And who knows how long some of them tracks been sitting around? Who knows?
I mentioned a little bit of that in there. He was like, it was some stuff I released. I was going through my old songs that I had before, and I was just trying to figure out what can go on this now. You know, it's just like, come on, man. I mean, you have to be ready. I mean, you're a veteran MC. You're a veteran MC. You're not a new jack that just started. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And you can't hide the truth.
No. He's still relevant. He busted his problem with Buster. His performance is so strong that people want to, you know, I'm sure he's been touring the world all these years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People still want to see him and Split Star do what they do. And he got so many classics that you want to hear them classics over and over and over. You know, it's almost like JJ Dynamite. You know, if you see JJ, you want to see him go Dynamite. You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth. Say, boom, you're a comedian, right? You're a comedian. Say we don't hear from you for say you're Kevin Hart doing that same act for 11 years.
You'd be surprised.
Just think about it.
You'd be surprised. That's how entertainment is. People gonna remember you for what they remember you for. Right. Who was I just watching? I was just watching Alfonso Ribeiro. So he was doing an interview where he was explaining. People was like, well, why you ain't do this? And why you wasn't doing this all these years? And he was saying, for so many years, every time people see him, they want to see Carlton.
Right? Yeah.
And they want to see him do that dance. And they want to hear him talking like Carlton. And he's like, and he had to like almost like stay off the scene long enough for people to kind of separate himself from that. Yeah. And he was saying the only other way to do it, you know, the fast way is you go get on drugs, you crash your car, you know what I'm saying? You end up in rehab, and then people like, okay, he's not Carlton, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but take this, he had an answer.
Facts. Okay.
He was prepared for it, ready for it.
Okay.
He had an answer.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, okay. You know, the
that
thing
makes
is,
sense.
You can't hide. You can't hide the truth. You can't hide what happened. You can't work around. I mean, even like me and you talking. You know, we're not. You ask me a question, I'm not gonna say, oh, you know, I'm not gonna throw my head down and can't answer your question.
Right. Okay. I'm with you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you know, it's like, you know, trying to get stuff in the right hands, and you know, that's how it was, and
that's somebody's job. See, that's somebody's
job. Buster Bus ever since Leaders of Doom School, when they picked him out and said, we want to sign you and not the crew, you know, and he went and made something out of that. He started flip mode, he did all that, you know. I love your music, you know what I'm saying, and all that, but you have to be prepared when the world comes at you.
On his level, you know, that's somebody's job to make sure that he was prepared for that question too. You know what I'm saying?
When you're out of the spotlight for so long and you get back in it, you gotta know how to deal with it.
What you've been doing. I get that.
You can't pick up from where you left off. You have to go from where you are.
I agree with you on that. Now, another hot album that I listen to on a regular basis is Nas' album. Nas' album is good too.
Yeah, Nas got some stuff. He got some stuff.
Yeah, I listen to.
to me though, I have some stuff like on Flex. You know, I have some stuff from Nas like throughout the year, like stuff that didn't hit like mainstream and stuff like that. Nas has some stuff. Man. It's like he's underrated. You know, but at the same time, right now, I don't think he's that original Nas. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's that original Nas because the reason I say that is because I like ever since he came out, his halftime and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's like another thing where sometimes you have to move along with the times. You know, he does sometimes. He talk about some stuff here and there, but you still have to keep that groove. You still have to keep that rhythm. You still have to keep that bounce.
I disagree in the sense that there are some artists who the way that they perform and the way that they present their content is almost timeless, like a Prince. You know what I'm saying? Prince never came out and tried to get in Chris Brown lane.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to go that way with it.
But you dig what I'm saying, though, right? He never came out. You know, he never be like, okay, Chris is killing the game. I'm gonna have to rework
He never tried to look masculine either, though.
Hey, I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him because the era he come from, that's what it was. You know, them dudes used to dress like superheroes. Like, you know, that's pretty much what it was. You know, that's pretty much what it was. He just stayed with it. He didn't. You know, so to me, I'm only saying that because I think that Nas is cut from that cloth. You know, he don't have to, but he do got a joint right now called Spicy that I think is killing anything that's out right now. Anything. He got the young boys on it with it too. He got A$AP Ferg and this other cat too. I can't remember his name, but the song is hot. Check it out when you get a chance. Called Spicy. It's fire. I think it burned anything that's out right now. I really do. Yeah. But Nas, but in the video, even in the video, Nas he stays in his lane.
Yeah.
He the young one.
He's always the same person, but like sometimes in his music, I want to hear a little more spark, you know. A little more spark, that's all. You know, just like the Carters, Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, if you have to listen to it deep to understand it. You know, it's not something that you go, oh, that's my You know that one with Migos, so I like that though. You know what I'm saying? I like that one though. That 8-inch. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. I see where you're going. Go ahead.
But then if you listen to the rest of the album, you know, you have to sit down, and it's not something you can just play and jam off of. You have to sit down and listen to it and say, okay, let's see, okay, that's hot. But if you expect to just put it on and be like, it don't get that. It's like that sitting in your living room, kick back, and have to really listen to it and say, oh wow, they talking some stuff in here.
See, Jay-Z to me, you know, and I love his music, everything he do, I think is dope. But at some point, he started talking like, you know, it's almost like if I'm not sitting around and drinking $1,000 scotch and eating caviar, he ain't talking to me no more. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I'm bigger than everybody now. I'm grown now.
You know, if I ain't got 800 credit score, he ain't talking to me. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, my little 680, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I took out of that album. I took out of that album is like, I've done so much that I don't have to prove myself anymore. You know? That's what I take out of the album, and it's like now I'm just chilling with my lady. We chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's like
I'm still here.
I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And but then I look at it like I saw a few videos where they had different people that was part of the Rock Nation and all that stuff, where they were talking about like the movies like Paper Soldier and stuff like that. How they were talking about like, You know, it's crazy how we rolled with him, whatever he wanted to do. We were in his movies, we did all that. We weren't getting paid, we just did it to ride with him. You know what I'm saying? So, I know you disappeared.
Hey, Doc, hold up for a second. Something happened here. Something happened where I can't hear you no more. Hold on for a second.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know what that could be. Oh, man. Can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yeah.
For some reason, I can't hear you now. Hold on. I'm gonna unplug my headphones and plug them back in just to see if that reset it.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you back. Somebody called me and totally disrupted my whole joint. Sorry about that. Next time I have to come.
Oh, no problem. But yeah, there's a lot of people like saying that we're in his movies, doing all this stuff, and we're not getting paid anything. He's the only one eating. You know, I saw a lot of people talking about that, you know, in different videos that's going around. And it's like, you know, they sitting there and it's like, even, you know, Damon Dash always got something to say about that, dude. He's salty about it.
Harlem stand up. I'll go in Harlem. Anytime somebody mentions somebody from Harlem, I get excited. That's my dude.
Well, he was just like, he was like Dame was just like, yeah. I saw him on the interview with Big Boy, who he's not big as he was, but Big Boy. He was on an interview on the show. He was like, you know, I was trying to feed everybody. It's like you eating with me, you eat. You working with me, we all set. He was like, but then. But Jay, he was like, I didn't know he was out for himself and not, you know, riding with the crew. He said he was like, when we did all the work to build up all the brands and build all that stuff up, I'm building it for my team. I'm making sure everybody's in on it. He said, then when Jay came to him with that, like the proposal to buy him out and all that, he was like, he did it knowing that it was taking off, without even letting him know all the deals and the sponsorships was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, yo, here, I give you this, I give you that. He said he did that while things were sprouting and he knew nothing about it. So
yeah, like, I don't like. To be honest with you, I don't feel. I feel that's kind of foul, you know. But business is, you know, business always going to. So it's always going to tear apart friendships. It's very rare that a friendship remains intact. You know, even though you hear all the time about, hey, me and this guy have been in business for years, we never signed a paper.
Right.
You know, so it shows that could happen. So when Jay be like, oh, you know, I started getting bigger and I'd be like, you still could have kept with your man that started you up in there. Granted, Dame is a handful, and I seen how Dame get down, but it's no different. See, so this is another thing about culturally, right? What people expect from black men in general, you know, black women, they do it the same way, because if a woman is too strong, you know, then they got all kinds of negative things they say about her. And they do the same thing with black men too in business. So, you know, you come through and you slamming on tables and you know, and everybody's like, you know, I'm scared of him and he's hard to work with. But if the white men do it, they applaud it.
Right, but see, it did that other man that said,
the president is doing that right now. President of the country.
Yeah, when you got somebody in your ear like, yo, I want to sign y'all, but this dude is acting up. I don't want to deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
So I will say,
tell homeboy, yo, you gotta chill out. You can't keep saying that over and over.
Right. Well, I did just say that we got a president doing it right now, but then it just hit me when that rolled off my lips, and now I think about how messed up the country is. So maybe Jay was making a good decision.
It worked out for him. Right?
This dude's gonna come. He's gonna tear down everything that we built.
Right. So I gotta get away from him. You know. But then we flip sides real quick. You know, it take me back to Buster real quick, because they said, "Yo, we want you and not the rest of them." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it would have been stronger of the leaders of New School if they would have kept going.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like that 9 type thing.
Right. The only one out of the group is that kept it, that's still relevant, is Q-Tip. You know,
Yeah,
tip is still nice.
In school though, he was the Tribe Called Quest. And
right. You right about that. Yeah, so you're right. Buster just left from all. I guess he's like, peace out.
Me and my mentality. If me and you together in the group, and they sign you, they say we want you and we don't want Doc. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I'm gonna do my hardest to be out there. I'm gonna do my hardest to grind. I'm gonna do my hardest to put myself out there.
See that, but that to me, fair. In all fairness, I would think that if that's the case, then it's time to say, okay, then me and you got to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, now the paper about to get bigger, so now we're gonna be able to venture out. You know, what's some other things that we can collaborate on? You know, that we can grow. You know what I'm saying? So that we can keep the energy going. Because what I don't like is when they just kill the energy.
Right.
You know, they just kill it, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it's just crazy how things go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Man, that's the tough. You know, the entertainment industry is nasty, but it's just like it ain't no different from business. You could be working a regular job and have somebody stab you in the back at the job.
Yeah.
They be your friend 1 minute, and then next thing you know, they ain't talking to you no more. You know, because somebody don't offer them a job in another department that's paying more money, and they might not. After that, you might see them on the elevator, and they be like, "What's up?" Don't even talk to you no more. Might have been your man that you talk to every day. Y'all having lunch and hanging out after work and all that. But then they brought him over to a different spot, and he don't know how to handle that. Because that's what it is. A lot of people don't know how to handle those situations. You know, and I think that in those cases, you're supposed to take a deep breath and say, "Hey, I got to keep this relationship going." You know,
right? You never. You don't.
We used to call it going for self. We used to call it going for self. They don't say that term no more. That's when people go for self.
Then it was for Delph. Then it was for Delph.
Right.
This was going for Delph.
Right.
Yeah. That's how it is out here. So I hope y'all understand how things work. Cause everything is turned into a business, man. They used to say back in the days, don't mix business with pleasure. You know what I'm saying? And right now, it's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of that that's showing you can't, but you can. As long as you stay real with each other and stay true to each other, then nothing can separate that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. All right, since Doc taking the time out, I'm gonna have to take off the show and keep y'all interested with a little break. Chances are, though you wear a silly grin, the moment you come into view. What's another one? Let me hit you with the I got you under my skin. I got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I got you under my skin. That's that Frankie baby. I try so not to give in. And I swear to myself, this affair, it never will go so well. So why do I try to resist when, baby, I know damn well that I got you under my skin. I sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of your warning voice. It comes through the night and repeats every day in my ear. But you know, you fool, you never can win. Why not use your mentality? Step up, come back to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you make me stop just before I begin. Because I got you under my skin. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Doc is back.
You got skills there. I didn't know you can sing like that.
Little something. I keep it under there so it's when I do get discovered, they're gonna find out I'm a triple threat. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
You gotta let them find that out.
Yeah, we just talk about that video.
Yeah, so the dude basically, he was this fine restaurant, and I forgot what kind of food they serve, but they have a DJ, playing music, for the ambiance, but they play hip hop music, R&B, R&B. I'm sure some little neo soul, but they play some music that people would consider would be twerk music. Basically, to keep it real, the specific song that they was dancing off of was "Throw That Butt in a Circle." I'm not gonna say the word, but you know what I'm saying. Okay.
You know what you're talking about,
right? But everybody knows what I'm talking about. So of course that ignite the flyer. And somebody who twerking, these girls that twerk, that's their anthem. That's like the national anthem for twerkers. So they start twerking, they dancing on the tables, they stepping on his nice couches, and so the brother comes out and like, hey, that's enough of that. You know what I'm saying? Almost like, Doc, like the time I came to your house with my new Jordans and I moonwalked on your carpet. You had just got it clean, remember?
In the wintertime, it was December.
In the wintertime.
I never forget you, man. Right, to rip the carpet up, man.
Doc, like I just had him clean, bro. So he goes off on it. He basically, he said it way, but he was a little disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he basically was saying, hey, you can do that everywhere, but don't do it here. You know what I'm saying? Blah 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 blah. But he went viral for the way he said it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when you see the video, you'll kind of understand what he's saying. So a lot of talk has been on, basically with the twerking, is they out of control? Is twerk stuff they going too far with, or and I think that personally, I like women that twerk. Do I want to twerk in that church? I don't want to see women twerking in church. I don't go to church, but I don't want to see that video, go viral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes the church go, that's where they at.
Hey, but
that's where they at.
Hey, that's the secret. That's the secret. You know what I'm saying? But or twerking at the kids' birthday parties. You've seen where they get the Minnie Mouse and the minis twerking at the kids' party. And we might need to talk about that. I think that we need to start setting a little more get better at setting limitations for how we presenting ourselves. And not for people like, oh, other people, other cultures, or other races gonna be looking at them. No, that's not about how they think about it. It's really how we should be, looking at each other.
What you think about I recently was looking at TikTok. I've never been a TikToker. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I get you.
But I had to do something on there for somebody, and I was on there, and how you go through the stuff. Sometimes you see some interesting stuff. I saw some interesting stuff, but then when you see an adult, a grown up, and they have a kid in the video with them, and they're doing all this cursing, they're doing all this. Sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is that, man? It's like, I don't understand it, man. I don't
we all know somebody who cuss around their kids. Mm-hmm. Right? Smoke around the kid, they drink around the kids. Can I say that that's a part of what we do? No, but we all know somebody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We never check them.
Why do you think it's cool to expose it though? We're checking them right now. Why do you think it's cool to expose that? I mean, back in the days, though, you had times when people would say, "Oh, my mama used to whip my ass," but they're in a crowd of grown folks. They're not with the kids, and they're not talking to a bunch of kids.
We from a different. So this okay. Now we showing our age, because in our situation, I remember if you was lucky enough to be in a room when an adult was talking, you kept your mouth so closed, and you almost like blended into the shadows. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is you get so comfortable in the situation where they talking about something that's adult, and then you might chime in or even giggle, and everybody look and be like, "Get your ass up out of this room." You know what I'm saying? So they don't do that. They don't do that no more.
I mean, this is not just talking to them. This is creating a video skit that you think is funny to everybody, public, and you're including this in it.
Yeah. No. I was again. I'm cut from a different cloth. I never seen my mama. I never seen my mama drunk. I never seen her twerking. I never seen her cleavage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My mom raised
on the floor.
She was trying to raise manly men. She didn't want us to, none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. See, people doing too much with their kids these days, and these kids, they taking it all in, and it's affecting the way they think and the way they make decisions. I was at Cobb's Hill with my lady today. She was like, why they don't got no fence over here? The part where you can see downtown. And I was like, she was like, what if a little kid walk over there? And I was just like, what little kid will walk over there?
And who would let that kid walk over there? Like, oh, let me touch the bill. Let me touch the Sydney Tower.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. So she talking about I'm going to hell because I said if a kid walk over that cliff, then it must have been God's will. That's what I said. Or even an adult, like why would you do that? Like it just makes no sense at all. She's like, why don't they put a fence? And I was like, why would somebody walk over that?
It's not though. We went to Cobb's Hill just to show you how things are in America or Rochester. We went to Cobb's Hill. We were filming intersections, so we had a scene in which we were out there right by that same cliff where you can see the city from that one little spot, right? So we put up there and we was like, that's the perfect spot right there. You know what I'm saying? And we had, it was it wasn't a murder scene. It was like a flip the script type thing. It was like something's supposed to happen, but it never happened. So, but this is part of the movie. So we're out there and we had to wait for like an hour because there was a lot of people out there. So waited till everything calmed down. So when everything calmed down, we went up to the, it's a bunch of light people. We're dark, but we had some light people. But the thing is when it cleared out, it was only a couple people there. We said, okay, we're about to film this movie scene. We got all the cameras and everything out, the tripods, mics, the boom, and all that. So we're like, we're about to film a scene. We have a couple fake guns, but they're not real. We're just filming the scene. And we want to know if it's okay if we do it right now while it's not a lot of people here. They're like, okay, go ahead. So we like, okay. So we pulled everything out the truck. We got like 4 or 5 cars. So we get out there and we're filming. As we're filming, police came from everywhere. Like, police came from everywhere. So they surrounded us and they're like, okay, where are the guns? We're like, come on, man. It's like we have BB, but they're everywhere. Shooting a movie. So they was like, well, where are they? Wow. So I showed them where the guy. I went to the truck because we were packing up. So I went to the truck and they said, no, stay back. Just tell us where they are. So I had to open the back of the truck. They went in there and they found them because we had. The thing is it wasn't just guns. We had badges. We had handcuffs.
Oh no! We had the plot thickens. Oh no!
We had everything, right?
Oh no!
So they looked like, "What are you guys doing?" So the cool thing is that I showed them the web series on YouTube. I showed them on YouTube on my phone. Like, this is what we're doing. We're shooting a movie. We go to different parts of the city, and this is what we do, And they were sitting there watching it though. It was crazy. They sat like, listen, if in order to do this, you have to get a permit and all that stuff. So it worked out. It was a couple people there. All we said, we were about to shoot a movie scene. They can see the cameras. They can see all that. We're not about to film a murder. We're not about to film a murder, right?
Yo, shout out to the Villa. They back open downtown on Main Street. I was so happy to see them.
Okay, that's what's up. Everybody making me cover.
They back open.
Only the strong survive.
Yeah, they back open. I like that spot. People should actually, even more so, people should go back down there and support them even more so. So I did want to bring that. It's my favorite sneaker spot in town. Yeah, I buy most of my sneakers from them, and I think people should start going back down there even more so because they came back. Now if they stayed away, I'd have been like, but they came back.
Yeah, no doubt.
Whoever it is, I don't know if it's them, if it's the Villa or whatever, but the store is back. They're selling, clothes and sneakers, and I'm happy to see that. Downtown shopping is important to me.
That's what's up.